here tonight and have the night that you did, I guess just what sort of payoff was that for you, and maybe what are some of the things you worked through to be able to get back to this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming, a lot of hard days, just rehabbing and going through all that stuff. But we put a lot of work in since January till now, and just seeing all the guys work their ass off. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Work their butt off and get this win. It just means a lot.
Kyle, obviously tremendous game overall. The first series, did anybody say anything to you after that, or how do you just sort of shake it off, I guess?
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the perks of playing a lot of football is you're not always going to have a picture-perfect start. Obviously would have liked to start out and go and drive down the field and score, but when that's not the case, I think you just have to have trust in your preparation and knowing that it's a long game. Then the defense did a good job of getting us the ball back, and then I feel like we started to get things rolling a little bit there in the first half. But like I said, I feel like that's one of the perks of playing a lot of football at this point.
Trevor, congratulations on the great game. We heard a little bit from Coach. What are some of the things that you did off season to help prepare you for this year after missing a good amount of time the past couple of years?
Yeah, so I mean, I would just focus on staying in the training room and take care of my body, just doing all the little things off the field, eating the right things, drinking enough water, and just getting enough sleep. Just all the little things, just making sure that I'm the best I am every day.
Terry Collins is all about sports. Fadil and Kyle, talk about what it was like for you guys today to transfer here and now playing with teammates who grew up in the same area, South Jersey as you, such as Deuce and Dennis. What was it like, as well as yourselves, playing together?
Yeah, you got it.
It was good being on the field with those guys again, like Cinco, Deuce, Dennis. We've been practicing this whole offseason, and now we was able to play against other opponents, and it felt good being back on the field with those guys. And it was like, I can't wait to do it again,
Yeah, I think to go off that point, like it kind of feels a little bit like youth high school football over again, playing with the same guys with familiar faces, but now just doing it on a bigger stage, as well as playing for a coach from South Jersey. So I think it just means more.
Kyle, over here to your right. So Fran was saying that he was a little tight. It's been a little tight for the last couple of days. He said he felt like the team was maybe a little tight in that first quarter. You talked about your start in particular. What allowed you guys to settle down in that second quarter and really find your groove after that rough start?
Yeah, I think just having trust in your preparation, like Trev was talking about earlier, is a long off season, a lot of long days, early mornings, late nights, and I feel like when you put so much preparation to the first game, especially because you literally have all year to prepare for it. You expect to come out firing right out of the gate, and when that doesn't happen, it's a little frustrating. But I think once we kind of got past that initial wave, I think on both sides of the ball, we started to play better.
Hey, Kyle, over here. Yeah, right over here. Did you see anything on that first touchdown pass to Trebor that allowed you to be like, okay, hey, they're doing this kind of coverage? Because the second one you threw to him, similar spot, similar throw.
Yeah. So you're talking about the first one, the two-minute drive there at the end? Yeah. So that situation, something that we've practiced a lot, especially in fall camp. And so it was really take a shot at the end zone, and then if we don't get it, probably kicking a field goal. I think there's 5 seconds or something. So they started out in a too-high shell, and so I was really just reading the corner. And I'm not sure who the outside receiver there, but ran a good route, bought the corner, and then it was a little bit of a tight catch and throw, but something that we've gotten a lot of reps at this offseason, and he did a good job of tracking the ball and then making sure he was in bounds. And then, like you said, a little bit of a different look, a different route, a little bit, the second touchdown, but just man coverage. I like Trev. That's simple.
Fadil, how do you feel like the defense responded and communicated with Marlowe going down in the second half after that point?
I think the defense responded well, because Marlowe's a leader that we need, and it's hard for him to go down. But I like how James Hurd came in and took the responsibility as a young guy to come in and make a play, so that shows a lot for him. But Marlo is a big piece of the defense, and I feel like the defense responded well, trying to pick up for Marlo.
We'll go to Cooper in row two, and then Mario in back.
Trebor, how has your relationship been like with Jeff Nixon, and how do you feel like being in his offense has allowed you to be more comfortable and play to your own skill set better?
Yeah, I love Coach Nixon's offense. Coming from the league, he just knows how to get certain players in certain positions and mix it around. So just get the playmakers the ball in their hands, and I feel like he's doing a great job with that, getting all the players the ball. So yeah, it's been great so far.
Mario?
Kyle, Fadil, whoever wants to answer this, Steve touched on Coach being nervous, and he's the one always giving you guys messages. Did you give any messages to him as he headed into his season opening and first head coaching game?
I think the biggest thing that I told him was that I loved him and I appreciated him for what he's done for me this past 8 months, and that it was finally time. And like I said, a lot of preparation putting it into this game. But at a certain point, you just have to put the ball down and go play. And so that was kind of my message to him. And, I like playing for him a lot because he's energetic. But, I feel like he did a really good job of controlling the situations today, communicating with the coaches, especially for, his first time doing it.
Hey, Fadil, congrats on the win. Coach kind of talked about the running game being something that has to be improved on. What did you see in that aspect today, and how do you see that kind of being able to be improved on going into the Georgia Tech game next?
Honestly, we got to get off blocks. We just got to be more violent up front. We just can't just worry about, just filling the gap. We got to dominate. We got to disrupt everything up front, make sure the guy in front of us don't want to block us the whole game, and I feel like we didn't do that today. But the best thing for us, we got Monday to start over and do it again and get better. So that's what we got to do.
Ashley in the third row.
Kyle, along those same lines, as the leader of this offense, what are you already thinking about for next week heading into Georgia Tech?
Yeah. Obviously, I think it's going to be important to go back and watch this film and see what areas that we could be better in. But at the same time, I feel like we did a lot of good things as well in offense. So taking the good with the bad, understanding where we have to get better, and then back to it with game plan in Georgia Tech. Obviously, started the year off with a big win, and it's going to be a really good test for us early on. But just sticking to the process, continuing to get better, continuing to evolve.
More for the players. We'll start in the third row center.
Hey, Trebor, you've been here for a few years, so you've seen Syracuse fans a lot. What did you notice about the difference in the fan atmosphere and excitement from the quad walk to the game itself?
Yeah, I feel like it was really different. The quad walk was amazing. I've never felt something like that before here, and just seeing how the community comes together and supports us, it's just incredible. So I love the changes that's happened, and I'm just excited to see what happens next.
Last two for the players. We're going to stay right along the aisle here. Emily, and then right across the aisle.
Fadil, one area the defense was really good today was in the red zone. I'm just curious, what specifically it was you guys were doing there that was working so effectively against Ohio.
So we just, when we got in the red zone, we bent, but we didn't break. We buckled down. We made sure that they didn't cross the line. That was our big thing. We just got to finish the drive, and I feel like we did pretty good in the red zone today, but we didn't like how we let them get down the field. So, yeah, we like how we buckled down and didn't let them get in the end zone.
Is that something similar to them running the 2-minute drill often? Is that something you do often in practice?
Yeah, a lot, and they got us better while doing that.
Kyle, Caleb Spinner, Newhouse SMC. 300-plus yards today, 4 touchdowns. Really impressive way to start off your career at Syracuse here. If you worked at EA Sports, how would you adjust your college football 25 rating after today?
I mean, I got out of the pocket a little bit today. I had the 1 to OG, so that should, plus 4 or 5 on the speed, hopefully. Yeah, but I think if I just continue to make some plays with my legs, run the ball when it's needed, that should help the speed.
Thank you.